Hello again. I have great news, at least for me. I became an uncle like 2 weeks ago, and that kind of turned my life a bit upside down. I will try to upload videos every 2 days, but if I don't take that against me, because my life is pretty complicated as it is today. So please do bear with me. Let's put him here to keep me company. Anyway, this is water, by the way. I'm not taking a coffee. This year is a decade anniversary of my kind of experiment. The experiment was about me trying to do something that I called real-time online photo reportage. So the idea is for me to sit on the bike and just go around, visit places that I've never been before, to try to photograph them, of course, and to try to do a daily update. Something like people do on YouTube, for example, daily vlogs, and edit them in the evening and just publish them the next day. The topic of interest was a monuments dedicated to the people who fought against Nazis in this region. There are a lot of those monuments covering this part of Europe, and they were all built in concrete, so it's like brutalist architecture. When you see them on the picture, they might look quite interesting, but it is totally different feeling. And when you go there and when you stand in the monument area, monument park, and just see how big they are. All I had at that point was an idea, like sitting on a bike, traveling through several countries, photograph the monuments, visit monuments, photograph the monuments, make a text how I spend the day, and publish them in the evening. And basically, next day I do everything from the beginning. All those monuments are located in the area of former Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia. That country doesn't exist for last almost 3 decades, more than 3 decades, sorry. It's now separate states: Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Montenegro, Serbia and Macedonia. First of all, I tried to find the places where all those monuments are. And it is good for me to mention that since I was a kid, I was impressed how those monuments looked in the books, on the pictures. At that time, I don't know, it seemed like a perfect time to do that. At one point, I realized that idea is not enough to get you going, right? Because I had a very limited budget, and my motorcycle at the time needed to kind of to be refreshed, to put on new tires, new sprockets, chain, and to do like regular maintenance. And like if you ride a motorcycle, then you know the how should I say, sweet troubles that you have with it. And then it crossed my mind that since my budget is very limited, I really should find some sponsors or people to support me. And to find the people that are willing to support me or sponsors, then I had to find the place where I'm gonna put the sponsors, where they will be seen. In the capital where I live in, there is like a huge web portal. The people all around the region are following it. I called them and I said, people, I have an idea for the photo reportage. Are you interested to speak with me. I'm not asking you for the money, but if you want to hear my idea, I think that you will like the, how should I say, a business proposition that I have for you. And they say, yeah, fine. Okay, let's meet on, I don't know, Wednesday. And I went there and I start talking. People, I'm going to be very direct, straightforward, direct, and honest about my idea. I really don't know, will this work? I don't know what my route is. I know where the monuments are. I know in general how to get to the monuments, but I really don't know where I'm gonna sleep, how I will organize my trip every single day. I don't know how long will it last. I don't even know how or if I will be able to send you the text and photos every day, because I don't know, I might sleep in the forest that night. And they were listening to me and they were like, yeah, good, okay, no problem. What could possibly go wrong? And I was like, people, I don't know if you correctly heard me, what I said. I am going to start that, but I don't know will it work. Only thing I can promise is that I will give my best. And they say, well, that's enough for us. What do you as a photographer and as a person that will travel expect from us as a web portal? Only to place the links and not to censor the sponsors when I find them. And they say, perfect. Let's do an experiment. So from an idea, they kind of transferred exactly to the experiment. I went out from their office, from their building, and I was like, what the hell I have just done? And I was thinking, am I crazy? Was this a dream or whatever? Because I just told them that I have an idea and I don't know if it will work. And they say, yeah, I mean, that's great. I mean, what could possibly go wrong, etc. And I was like, okay, so I guess it's time for me to find sponsors and to prepare myself for the road trip. And I remember that that evening I met with my friends, that like fellow bikers, and they're asking me, listen, they're telling me, listen, that is a great idea. I mean, as idea is great, but you're going to travel alone through several countries? I mean, are you sure you're going to pull that one out? And I was like, bro, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I didn't know. But I was so hyped up that I was willing, and I was like, bro, I really have to try this. I mean, the opportunity is there. I want to visit those places. I want to travel. I like riding the motorcycle, and I just kind of didn't see the downsides of that idea. I just saw only the positive sides. The time came when I tried to talk with the sponsors, and of course I went to the big dealerships, like big stores and everything. I don't know, I think I sent like 90 emails. Only 2 replied, which is kind of expected. Only 2 replied. One gave me the contact who to call, and I called them. And after 2 or 3 calls back and forward, they kind of in the end told me that they wish me best of luck, but they're kind of not interested in that format. I think that my, how should I say, honesty and sincerity, right? Is that a correct word? About telling them that I don't know, that I cannot guarantee that that will work out as I plan, kind of pushed them away. So I was kind of more, I wasn't devastated, but I was a bit, you know, little demoralized, but I didn't give up. And I talked with my friends, and then several of my friends told me, yeah, but you can go there and ask that shop, or I have a friend there, maybe you can contact those people. So I made a contacts with a few smaller shops, specialized stores, which gave me the sleeping one store. I will leave them in the comments, in the description down below, because those people do deserve to tell you about them even 10 years later. First is the store about people who climb on the mountains, alpinists, right? It's specialized store for that. And I have a sleeping bag, the lamp that you put on a forehead, and you have like it lights the path in front of you, and it's great. From the other store with a photo, the store that sells cameras and the equipment for photography, they give me the bag and Fuji film camera that I still have, and I still love it very, very much. The owner of the store told me, oh, you're going on a photo reportage? Okay, then in that case, you're gonna need a spare battery too. The store for the motorcycle equipment, they gave me tires, sprockets, chain, the engine oil, and oil for the brakes. In all of them, I told them, listen, I really don't know if this will work. And all of them said, listen, we are with you on this little adventure. We want to support you because we see that you really, really want to do it. At one point, I figured out that I don't have the side cases for the motorcycle. I have only the top case that goes on the back, on the tail of the bike. But of course that is not enough. I need two more on the side. And I was looking to buy one, but since I have extremely limited budget and I have to spend it on a travel, everything seemed at that point too expensive for me. And since I worked in a factory that works with the metal long time ago when I came back from the army, I kinda had an idea to make cases for me, which I actually did. I built like a pair of cases from the iron sheets and powder coated them and just put them on the bike. And I was surprised in the end how that worked out. I still have them. I will show you in the next video when I showed you how I pack my things for the trip. And let's let's not end the video here. I want because this prep period there was also one little mishap that I had. When I talked with my friends about those monuments usually are located in the middle of the nature, in the middle of nowhere. Some of them are on the outskirts of the cities, but usually they are on some mountains or some areas that is not easily accessible. I was expecting for some trails to be like dirt roads. And my friend said, great, let's go and train for the dirt roads. We drove like whole day. We go through the mud here, there. It was a great time to ride. Of course, we fell a couple of times from the bike in the mud. But after that ride, I felt that my motorcycle was choking on 4,000 RPM. We kind of tried to synchronize the carburetor, which we thought that was the issue, but it didn't give any positive result. So we, after that, came to the conclusion that we had to dismantle the engine and to sit the valve on the head of the engine. And our great genius idea was to do that in a friend's garage around midnight. And like a garage was like a few bombs fell in there. Everything was just laying all around. Only clean space was like a feet around the motorcycles and motorcycle, and that's it. It actually looked a bit like a dumpster area, but we did it anyway, and it was poor lighting. So we did that. We set the valves on the engine head. We assembled everything back, and during the assembly, we lost the bolt. We heard it that it fell, but we couldn't find it. And we were searching the head of the engine where valves are and those parts, springs and everything, and we couldn't find it. Of course, I have to say again, it was horrible light there. It was like one bulb above us. But we kind of figured out, because we used the magnet and everything, okay, it's not the head, let's assemble everything, and tomorrow we'll come back just to sync the carbs after assembling the engine. We came back tomorrow, we started the engine, we connected the synchronization tubes. I pulled the throttle up, and just the synchronization was like boom, and it just went to this, like this, totally destroying everything. And I turned it off, and we were like, what the hell happened now? Of course, we again dismantled the motorcycle, dismantled the engine, and when we open up the engine head cover, guess what happened? We found the bolt. 3 valves were bent. Luckily, that was the only damage to the engine. My friend flipped out, totally understandable. But so the next step was for me to order the valves. So I did it. They came back several days later, and when they arrived, of course, we assembled the engine, synced the carbs, and after that, the motorcycle purred like a cat. Okay, so we brought it back to life, and that agony lasted for, I think, whole month, to be honest, because we tried to start it and to sync the carbs and everything, and I took it for several spins. Next few days, so it didn't work out. We tried again the different stuff, and in the end, when we tried to set the valves, we almost killed my bike. And after the surgery, of course, the heart surgery, yeah, actually it is the heart, right? The engine. The heart surgery of my dear Honda, the Queen of Desert. I sat on the bike and it went great, like a brand new. After that, I met with my other friend, and we kinda spent one nice afternoon dismantling the brake calipers, cleaning them, and the chain and everything. So to put the several months long story short, this is the video about my idea and kind of first step of preparation for my road trip, and for me, the adventure that surely I'm gonna remember as long as I live. So yeah, thank you for bearing with me, and I guess I'll see you in the next video.